What if you could fix your hardest matching errors for 4 cents? GoldenMatch can send borderline pairs to an LLM, get a judgment call, and boost your F1 score dramatically. Here's how it works. Every matching pipeline has a gray zone. Pairs that score between 0.70 and 0.85, where the algorithm isn't confident. These are records that look similar but not similar enough to match automatically, and not different enough to reject. In a typical run, about 5 to 10% of your pairs land in this zone. And this is where most of your false positives and false negatives live. GoldenMatch identifies these borderline pairs and sends them to an LLM, GPT-4o Mini or Claude Haiku. The prompt includes both records side by side and asks, are these the same entity? Match or not match? The LLM sees context that fuzzy string matching can't. It understands that IBM and International Business Machines are the same company. It knows that J. Smith, MIT, and John Smith, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, are likely the same person. Enable it with one flag. GoldenMatch dedupe data.csv-LLM. GoldenMatch runs the normal pipeline first, then identifies borderline pairs, sends them to the LLM in batches, and incorporates the verdicts into the final clusters. You can set a budget cap with --LLM budget to control costs. The default is $1, which covers about 2,500 borderline pairs. Let's look at real numbers. On the Abt-Buy product matching benchmark, the baseline GoldenMatch score is 44.5% F1. Products are genuinely hard because descriptions vary wildly between retailers. With LLM Boost enabled, the score jumps to 66.3% F1. That's a 49% relative improvement. On DBLP-ACM, it pushes from 97.2 to over 99%. And the cost? About 4 cents for the entire Abt-Buy run. Here's the cost math. A typical dataset with 5,000 records generates about 200 to 500 borderline pairs. Each pair costs roughly $0.00002 with GPT-4o Mini. That's 200 pairs times 0.00002 equals about half a cent. Even large datasets with thousands of borderline pairs stay well under $1. GoldenMatch tracks costs in real time and stops if you hit your budget cap. There's another option. Instead of sending every borderline pair to an LLM, you can label just 10 to 50 pairs yourself using the interactive TUI. GoldenMatch uses active learning to pick the most informative pairs. Label them as match or not match, and the classifier retrains instantly. On Abt-Buy, labeling 50 pairs gets you from 44% to 59% F1. Combine both approaches for the best results. 4 cents to fix your hardest matching errors. Enable it with --LLM and set a budget cap. Pip install GoldenMatch. Link in the description.